Hi, beautiful people from all the corners of the internet. My head is hurting a lot right now. So, we have a tea with honey, and it's very late at night. And we're gonna chat about my life updates. So, I have had very busy past 3 days because I was performing at this huge exhibition center of outdoor stuff like boats, motorbikes, stuff like that, paddle boards, fishing things, so much equipment of like diving and stuff. And I was performing with flow arts with these LED props for 3 days straight. And I was dancing in between motorcycles. Basically, that's so me. That is very me. I'm very happy about the chance and grateful for this opportunity that I got to be here. But I'm very, very tired. Today is very, very eventful, and I'm speaking very quietly right now because we're gonna discuss that. Why am I speaking like this? Well, first of all, my head is burning. Second of all, I just slept for 2 hours, then woke up and I'm very sleepy now and I can't fall asleep. Third of all, I drank 3 energy drinks in the past 3 days. And let me put that into perspective. My annual usual amount of energy drinks is like 2 or 1 energy drink per year. So I drank 3 in the last 3 days. And I'm very sensitive. And I don't think all the bullshit that's in there, all the chemicals and the toxic shit that's in there, I don't think none of that has done me any good. Anyway, my head is hurting because of all the sum of all the reasons. And not just because of the drinks, but that could be one of the reasons. The dancing was very spiritual. The performing was very spiritual, even though it didn't look like that from the outside, even if it didn't appear like that at all. Or maybe it did. But to me, everything is deep. Everything is that deep. And that's why we're here and that's why you're watching this. Because you care too, supposedly. There were a lot of kids. And there were this one little girl that it was yesterday, but it was like midday and she was there with her mom. She was around 9 years old or 10 years old or something. And she was dressed exactly like I was when I was that age. She had the same gray sweater, the same pink shoulder bag, the same hair and the same hairstyle, this braid, and the same eyes and the same energy that I had when I was her age. And I even have photos and very vivid and clear, perfect memories of that time, of how I was when I was that age. She stood there, staring at me, watching me from afar for such a long time, even when I wasn't performing. I was just sitting behind the desk and I don't know, helping some clients maybe here and there. But I felt her eyes from across the whole stand that we had. And she was like walking around with her mom and she was just eyeing me everywhere she went. And I knew it then. I knew it then and there that that's my mirror. That's my past self looking back at me. And I felt the time loop. I felt the so many universes being born. So many new loops of existence in life. I'm very spiritual and this was super spiritual for me. Because this girl was my past self. I met myself. I met her. And I felt she was admiring me. I felt she was really moved by my performance because I dance with emotion, with soul, with all I got. And the LED props and the flow art props, they just extend my energy into outer space around me. And my aura is always unique and expressive and unapologetic when I have the chance and the space to perform and let it shine. And I know that inspires others because I was there as well. I was there. I was the little girl who looked up to people like me. And it's so crazy to realize this because I was crying the whole evening yesterday about this. I influenced her life that day. And why do I know this? Because she came up to me with her mom. Her mom told her to ask me, and she asked, "Will you perform again? When will you perform again? I want to see you dance." Like she said something like that very quietly because she was very shy, very, very shy, just like I was when I was that age. And I was so happy to see her finally come to me because I felt her watching me without looking. I have eyes behind my back, okay? I have eyes behind my back. I know what it's like to feel someone watching you from your back. I said, "Yeah, I can do that for you right now." And I took my LED fans and I queued up the right song that I wanted to dance to because that was the amazing freedom of choice that I had in this event. I could pick my own songs to dance to and make my own playlist, and I was the DJ for the whole 3 days straight. It was a very amazing event. And I was resting at the moment when she came up to me, so I already had rested, so I could perform again. I was all well rested and stuff. And I went out there and I danced again. And the song that I was dancing to in that time was Alice in Chains. I think it was Man in the Box, but one of the popular songs, But it fit very well because I had this like rock star, like punk outfit that was kind of gothic, kind of flashy. And I was dancing with LED fans that are kind of more romantic and more like rainbow. And the combination is very much like me. It's like very much like of this kind of romantic, sensitive, sensible, gentle, and intuitive and magical and mysterious, but at the same time intriguing and aggressive and a little bit punk and a little bit like intense and a little bit intense. What does that even mean? But yeah, I definitely felt myself being a totally different person when I was performing for that girl. When I move, when I dance from the soul, I enter a different consciousness and I am not my regular self. I am a vessel that is possessed by the greatest love and unity and joy and magic and peace, and you could call it God. Call it God. Let's call it God. I'm possessed by God. Not possessed, but I embody God when I dance, when I make art. And the love in my heart that I had for that situation, it will stay with me for the rest of my life, and I will remember this moment forever. I knew it right then and there that I would do that. I influenced that girl's life that day. She influenced my life. What if just because she saw me, she will become a dancer or an artist or a musician too? What if because she saw me, this event will pile up event after event, situation after situation in her life, and this will be one of the core memories? This was exactly what made her fall in love with arts or dancing or whatever it is that she chooses. I just saw a confirmation 11:11. I know how it's like to be there. That's why I know how special this was for me and to her, because I know that when I was that age or even younger, I was learning the lyrics of my favorite songs aggressively, consistently. I was rewatching these TV show performances of my favorite local singers or performers. I fell in love with the voice of this one Latvian performer, singer, Daumans Kalniņš. And I'm still in love with him, if any of you know, but the voice of him when he was performing live, I had this very old recording of him on my TV, and as I came back home from school every day, I replayed the same song, the same performance on the TV for months and months and months, every single day. I couldn't get enough of it because my soul could feel that there's so much energy and so much power in there, so much strength and spirit, and that is the most beautiful thing I had ever witnessed. And that's what I'm talking about here. That's the whole point here. Those moments piled up over time, and they were core memories. They were the building blocks of who I am today. They were exactly the reason why I am the way I am right now. And the craziest part is that when you're there, when you're starting out, you don't realize how much it has taken to get where you are when you are that strong and that skilled and stuff. And people can try to explain to you or tell you, but you will never know unless you go and try to fight for it yourself. And I never knew what the famous singers or artists or musicians have been through. I just knew that there is so little, like this little spark, this little present moment, this little tiny little spectacle of magic that a child can catch, or not even a child, but like anyone, any age. You catch this tiny little particle of inspiration or this pull that's like it flips your life upside down. And that is one of the most important themes of my life that I've been wanting to follow in terms of like what I want to do for others and for the rest of the people on this planet. And I'm very young, and the fruits of my labor are coming in very, very slowly, and they're only starting to come in right now. It's just the beginning, and I still feel like I'm not there yet, and I will never be there, like wherever that's supposed to be. Like there's no ending point, but it's everything is only beginning for me. And performances like these, events like these, where I get these opportunities of like people inviting me somewhere or giving me the chance to express myself, or maybe I get paid for it or something. Chances like these, they are the things that I've been dreaming about for the longest time. And all it took for me to want this is this little spark, this little fractal of magic that I caught in my heart when I was 9 years old, when I was that girl in the gray sweater. And that's the magic of this world, of this existence. Our existence is such a mystery, and I'm so amazed by it every single day, how beautiful it is. Because this little moment with a girl asking me to dance again, it made me realize that I am the person right now, as the one that I've always wanted to be. I am her. And she's my mirror, this younger version of me. I'm speaking of her, and I'm speaking to her in the moment, and as long as I can stay in the present moment, the feeling will last forever. And let me drink my tea. The very minute I started dancing for her, I realized that we have switched places. That this is the tipping point in my life. Yesterday, or around this time of my life, where all I've been dreaming of, all I've been working so hard for, is actually starting to work out for me. I've always wanted to be a performer, to create worlds, to bring magic into this life through performances, whatever that is. Either it's songwriting, singing, performing, whatever, or dancing, or painting, drawing, or whatever I feel like doing in the phase of my life, because I've had many phases of many styles of art that I've tried out. Whatever that is, I'm never limited to anything. I've always wanted to be that, and the exact moment of this situation, it was the exact moment that I understood that I have crossed the line of me being the little girl who's looking up to so many idols and people and performers and is so frustrated that I cannot be like them, and I'm working so hard and I'm dreaming so much, and every second of my life it is all I think of, that I want to be like them. Every single second, there's nothing else on my mind other than all my dreams of becoming like them. I've always been like that. And so this version of me, I left that younger version of me inside that girl yesterday, and I moved into the body of a grown-up who is starting to see the fruits of my labor. And even if it comes super slowly, and even if it takes years, and even if it's gonna be hard and difficult, and still very frustrating, and still crazy and unpredictable and unstable, I know that it is worth it, because that's what I'm here for in the first place. My head is hurting a lot. I'm overwhelmed by the vibrations of the earth and the gratitude for everything and the magnitude of this situation that probably doesn't mean much to others, but I make things a big deal. I make a lot of things very big deals out of a lot of things. So yeah, you'll never know how hard it's gonna be. You cannot know what's gonna stand in your way, but you just gotta keep moving no matter what. And day by day, I keep moving and working silently, relentlessly, and dreaming, because that's what a Pisces does, right? We dream, and that's our strongest power. I dream every single day. And when I actually get to experience my dreams in real life, in this physical body, in my vessel, when I actually feel them becoming real, finally, when I get those opportunities that I've always wanted to get, people will never know how much it is taken from me on the inside, how much I'm struggling on the inside to keep going and to see the worth in everything when things are hard. And things are hard most of the time. Things are only easy very little of the time. Like the past 3 days have been just me performing, and that's basically everything for me, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. But yeah, the point is that it's worth it, and you gotta keep moving step by step, brick by brick. And you cannot stop being inspired. Continue getting inspiration. Continue the flow. I am still that little girl. I am still that little version of me. That little child who was so shy, but she knew that the magic that she caught from the musicians and artists that she looked up to, she knew that all she ever wanted in her life is to be the same as them. And she had those same eyes that I saw yesterday, the same eyes of admiration and absolute awe and fear even, and this shyness and this, yeah. Another reason why this is very, very meaningful to me is because I've actually tried doing some work where I work with my younger version of me. Like, I write letters to her, I write messages to her, like I speak to my younger version of me when I was that age, the same age, like 10 to 11 or younger. And I truly believe this one quote that I found online by somebody, I don't know who said that, but it's that you can change your life, your current present moment, by speaking to your past self. You can influence your future by speaking to your past. Okay? And it doesn't make sense at first, but when you get into it, it really is something, okay? And I believe I met her, and I met her as a mirror of me. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy that I am doing what I need to be doing because it feels right, because it has been feeling wrong for the longest time. Things have been feeling very, very off for the longest time, and I never stopped having faith in me. I was very close, but moments like these, opportunities like these, make me regain my faith. Last year was the darkest winter of my life, and flow arts literally saved me. It saved my life, and music saved me. I want to be an inspiration to others just like others were to me. And it's exactly what is happening right now. And my head is gonna explode right now. I have to go and try to sleep maybe. Thank you all for watching. That was a little update of my life. I've been very busy. And see you some other time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate and respect you for listening to my words. It means a lot to me, because I yap a lot when I feel safe.